Welcome to the video. Because this meditation is aimed at very active minds, there are a few things to focus on to help distract the mind from unwanted and negative thoughts. This trains your brain to stay focused, not only during the meditation, but you may notice more clarity throughout the day. But like with any skill, it requires practice. We will bring awareness to our breath and count each inhale and exhale up to 10 and repeat. As we do this, we remind ourselves of which number is next to help us stay focused. This is an example. 1. 2 is next. 2. 3 is next. 3. 4 is next. 4. 5 is next. 5. 6 is next. 6. So you repeat these counts in your head all the way up to 10, then start back at 1. Before we start counting the breath, close your eyes and notice how you're feeling today. Does the body and mind feel heavy or light? Restless or calm? Tense or relaxed? Notice how you feel, but try not to put any extra filter or judgments on it. Don't try to change anything. A lot of the tension and stress is caused more by the resistance of the feeling than the feeling itself. Now take 3 deep breaths in your own time, making each breath slower than the last. Making this breath even slower now. Start counting when you're ready. Remembering to count the inhale, think about the next number, and count the exhale. Think about the next number. It's okay if you get distracted by thoughts. It's very natural, especially if you have a very active mind. Do your best to be patient with yourself. You deserve it. If you get lost with the counting, just gently restart back to 1. Now, if you feel like you can add an extra layer, see if you can also bring awareness to the sensation of the inhale and the exhale as you count. So as you count the number in your head as you inhale, Feel the cold air going into your nose, and the same with the exhale. If you find it too difficult, don't worry about this part. Slowing down the breath even more. And slowing down the counting. There's no rush. Again, just refocusing on the counting and the breath if you're lost. Be patient with yourself. You can do this. Now, instead of reminding ourselves of the next number, notice the pause between each count. So count the breath, and as you breathe, at the end of your inhale or exhale, become more aware of the natural pause between each breath. We're not forcing anything. We're just counting the breath and noticing that natural pause. Remember, when you're lost in thought, bring your focus back to counting each breath up to 10, feeling the sensation of the breath and noticing that natural pause between each one. If you're distracted, slow your breathing down and carry on counting, and restart if you're lost. Just another gentle reminder to keep focused on the counting. Now you can try only counting the inhale and exhale, without thinking of the next number and without the focus on the pause in between. Now this will be slightly harder, so you may need to apply more conscious effort on the counting. It's natural to lose focus on the sensation of the breath and the counting, but whenever you realize you're lost in thought, think to yourself, okay, that was thinking. Then breathe in and out once without counting, before starting back at 1. This technique is called noting, and it helps us feel like the thought is resolved. When you do notice you're distracted, remembering to take a moment to say to yourself, oh, that's thinking. Taking a breath, then carry on with the counting. It's important to note that this exercise isn't a race to count to 10. It's to help develop your ability to single-mindedly focus on tasks. So don't beat yourself up every time you realize you're lost in thought. That's one of the most important aspects here. You aren't doing it wrong if you keep getting distracted. It's just part of the practice. Every time you become conscious of being lost in thought and refocus, you are directly training your brain and its ability to sustain attention. If you're distracted, focus back on counting your inhales and exhales up to 10, then repeating. And now allowing the mind to do whatever it wants for a moment. Now do a couple of final deep breaths in your own time. Whether you had a great practice or felt like you didn't quite connect with it, you should be proud of yourself for taking the time to improve your mental health and clarity of mind. Thanks for joining me. Please consider subscribing, liking and commenting. Have a great day.